Babwe Banter, Babwe Banter.
Hey everybody, how you doing? JJ here from Babwe Banter, and we've managed to catch up with the new Sables head coach, Pete Bernady, taken time out of his busy schedule to catch up with us. Pete, welcome on the show and congratulations on the appointment of head coach.
Thank you very much, JJ. Nice to be here.
Tell me, with the head coach role, is that something that they've been planning to change the coach from Dorsey, or
I'm not sure. I think it just happened organically. Dorsey's done an amazing job. He's been part of the system for probably 20 years.
Yeah.
For somebody to last that long and to contribute the amount that he has is it's insane. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to continue his work, keeping the rugby boys busy, and hopefully having a nice busy period for Zimbabwe rugby.
Yeah. It's looking promising. A lot of excitement, a nice vibe out there with the community, with the talk of you coming on as head coach. Something you're excited about?
Yeah, I think I mentioned it before. Just in terms of being able to help and contribute to the lives of the boys, to the lives of the local guys. I mean, everybody's excited. The Zimbabwean public is excited. They're hungry for rugby. I think we see it with the under-20s. We see it with the schools.
Yeah.
There's a massive rugby culture in Zimbabwe. So for the seniors to sort of not be playing for 2 or 3 years, it's not ideal, you know. So that's something that we want to do.
Yeah.
We're going to work.
Get them back in the
we're working very hard at making sure that the Sables are running on the field in Zimbabwe. So yeah, just with regards to that, we've got a match coming up against Zambia.
Okay.
On the 4th of May. So it will be held at Prince Edward during the festival there. Hopefully, you know, just getting the guys excited. You'll see that a couple of guys will come out and train this evening.
Yes.
Something that wouldn't happen if there wasn't an international game on the horizon.
Coming up, yes. Yeah. That's exciting. You're playing against Zambia, hey?
Yeah, so I mean, they're a bus trip away. The first thing we thought is, why shouldn't there be matches against Zambia?
Exactly.
Twice, 3 times a year,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So we're looking at hosting them, and possibly going up to Zambia also at some point during the year. And very similar things. We're in discussions with people in Botswana. You know, the Zimbabweans actually quite active there. So I mean, the local Sables should be playing a lot
more.
and
Yeah.
so we can try and kick that into gear.
Yeah. Oh, that's really exciting what you're doing with the lads so early on in your career as head coach. And tell me, Currie Cup.
So I think the Currie Cup has sort of served its purpose. It's a very expensive tournament to take part in. Yeah. Understandably, you know, as a from a SARU board, you know, they can't take on board our expenses.
Yeah.
So we had to pay for teams to fly in. We had to pay for their accommodation, and I mean those matches can cost $15,000 or $20,000, you know, for a game.
Just for that game, yeah.
Just for one match, you know, to fly in 30 people from
Yes,
South Africa,
yes.
it's a
To host them,
to
accommodate them.
host them, yeah. So we attempted that, but I think it economically it wasn't viable.
Yeah.
But saying that, we did invest in it, and we got a lot of answers. We saw a lot of boys getting exposure. But I think just where we are at the moment, I think just a bit of local investment, playing regionally,
Yes.
is probably the approach we're going to take for a little while.
Okay. And with Botswana, Zambia, is that just weekend stints that we look at doing?
Yeah, it would be like the Zambia one. We've been very fortunate to have the Moana group, who are helping revive the Prince Edward or
Yes,
the festival
yes.
at Prince Edward. They are the ones who are getting Zambia down. Otherwise, again, that will cost money.
True.
So we've been fortunate enough. So that will just be maybe like a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday for the Zambians to come down. We're in discussion with Botswana. It can be, yeah. So there we are still in very, very early planning phases. Maybe for something in June.
Okay.
where they popped down. Maybe we get Zambia down again and have little 3 matches. So there's just, I think we must think outside the box with regards to where we can play and getting rugby matches happening.
Yeah. So as it stands, no fixtures. Are we not in the Currie Cup this year?
No, we're not in the Currie Cup.
Okay.
So no B Division Currie Cup this year. We are guaranteed to be playing in the Africa Cup. So Sables team will play in the Africa Cup from the 20th of July.
Okay.
From the 20th of July onwards. So we're looking at having a couple of European teams hosting them early in July. So we're in chats there.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll have 2 test matches in July, and then as build up sort of to the Currie Cup. We're in talks with Namibia again. So sorry, those are our other regional partners.
Yes.
So Namibia are looking to bring also one of their local based Namibian team to come and play also late in June.
Okay.
So yeah, it looks like it will be a busy couple of months, which is nice. Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good for not just for the Sables, but the spectators as well. Gives us something to look forward to. And then obviously the big question on everybody's mind is leading up to World Cup. Obviously that's only 2027, but you obviously wanting to start building with the lads now, getting a core that you can work with towards 2027.
Yeah. So the World Cups are always the big sort of target. But I don't think it must be the be all and end all. You know, the sun will come up the next day, and it's very important that rugby doesn't collapse if we were not to go to the World Cup.
Exactly.
So we mustn't have a scenario where everybody gets excited for a World Cup, and then it's not always in your control whether you go or not. You know, we lost in Namibia by 15 points in 2022. We're now in the middle of 2024 and we haven't played another match yet. So it mustn't be catastrophic. But saying that, I think the way I understand it is the qualifiers are going to happen next year. So even though 2027 feels far away, the qualifier will happen next year. And this year's Africa Cup serves to eliminate 4 people.
Okay.
So you can be eliminated immediately now in July.
And not make it to
next year's tournament.
Sure.
So we need to stay in the top 4.
Okay.
And we've got a match against Uganda, which is a quarter-final, and if you lose that, you're out.
Okay.
So the Ugandans have been on the radar a little while. We're gonna have to be good against them. They've got they've been active and they've been very busy the last couple of years. They managed to beat Kenya last year. Kenya, we took our Currie Cup team up to Kenya.
Yes.
We took a hammering there with a local squad. So there's a lot of work to be done. We will need to get a couple of boys down, but the interest looks great. Looks amazing from the foreign-based players. So now it's about building the local boys up. In case the foreign boys cost money. So all those flights cost money.
Yeah.
I think we know now the Bulls traveled up to Europe to play that game, and that cost them 4 million rand.
To
get the team there.
8 different flights just to get one team across to Europe.
So imagine if we're flying in 30 people, the numbers are crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's why we're doing work here locally, so that we can get in as few as possible if needed. So that the local guys can really step up and do a job.
And just speaking about the Moana Festival, you going to be around for that?
I'll be around. I think it's amazing. We've got 2 fantastic festivals happening. We've got the Derby Day, the Pure Drop Festival. They're doing a great job.
John's, hey?
They're doing a fantastic job there. It's obviously more selective. I think there's 8 or 12 schools. I might be mistaken. But it's the cream of the crop, and that does attract people, which is amazing. I think the Moana Festival has done great because there aren't only 12 schools in the country.
Yes,
there's thousands, and the hundreds need to be playing rugby.
Yeah. And they seem to have pulled in the numbers with that.
Yeah, so like obviously there's like we spoke earlier, there is a rugby culture in our country,
Yes.
and people want to play, but I mean it's expensive. It's not the cheapest sport.
It's not, eh?
You need an ambulance there. You need to pay your field rental. You need rugby balls. You need referees.
Yeah.
If you don't have $1, you're not playing rugby.
So
we are very fortunate to have somebody like the Mona Group and Pure Drop sponsoring these festivals, and for both to happen, and for literally thousands of boys to be playing rugby is it has to be a positive thing.
It is. Don't know when last we had something that big. Used to be Cotco and then Dairy Board, and then it fizzled out for a bit, and then Pure Drop took it over.
Yeah. So I don't think we have to see the festivals as in competition with each other. I think next year they'll obviously try and work it out better, that there's different dates.
Yeah, figure out how to.
So a couple of schools can jump across, but like we said, it's going to be amazing for all those kids to be playing rugby. It's an astronomical task, logistical task. So some say crazy to be having that many teams, but like if you're not crazy, then fun things don't happen. Had you got to dream big, eh? Think outside the box.
Correct. And sponsorship wise with the Sables,
we've had challenges, I think, the last couple of years. So I've been involved, obviously. Everybody does get excited for World Cups, and I really want to stress that there's periods after or in between where rugby needs to happen.
Still needs to happen. Yeah.
Exactly. So we've got a new department or group in charge of the Sables Trust, who are in charge of sort of funding the Sables. We've got Lindsay Earl, who is the chairperson, and she's been doing a fantastic job. We're also working with Cairo Sports, with Kiset Chirengende. So he's running a branch, and Lindsay's running a branch, and everybody seems to be working together well. We've got a lot of like little sponsorships, but I think we've had a brilliant chat with Mukuru.
Okay.
And so they seem to have come on board. I mean that's a great brand, bringing people together, helping communities function.
Yeah.
I think it ties in well with our message. We're hoping to do well and to represent all our sponsors in a positive way.
Nice. Thanks, Pete. And just before you head, bunch of guys we've got playing back here. Sean D'Souza's squad. These are the under-20s, hey? Training for the Baths Trophy, which will be played next week, over 10 days.
Yeah, so we've got we're super supportive and proud of our under-20s. I mean, they've been sort of flying the flag for the last 2 years for Zimbabwe rugby, while the seniors have been sort of taking a break. We are helping them prepare. So we spoke just off the camera that we've got a local team of seniors to play them. So we'll be playing as Zimbabwe A. We've had 3 or 4 sessions together now, but the guys are motivated and keen, and we hope to give the boys a good run so that they can improve. Of course we get the benefit of getting our men playing. The boys hopefully come up against some heavy, or maybe not the fittest yet, but some big athletes. And we're excited for the weekend from our side. We want to prepare well. Weekend, eh? Yeah, this Saturday we'll be playing here at Belgravia Sports Club. 3 o'clock will be the kickoff.
Okay. Yeah, so if you're around in Harare, 3 o'clock this Saturday, we've got the young under-20s playing against Sables A.
Yeah, Zimbabwe A. Yeah,
Zimbabwe A.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
All right, so Zimbabwe A. If you are around, we'll catch you there. We'll do a couple of interviews with you, the public. Let's get your views on what's happening with the Sables, what's happening with Zim Rugby in general. We'll get the feel from you guys as well. Thanks, Pete.
Thanks a lot.
Babwe, Banter.
Hey guys, JJ here from Babwe Banter. And we've just caught up with Big D, Sean Dza, coach of the under-20s. Sean, how are you doing, bud?
I'm good, JJ. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for making the time, eh?
Yeah.
See, you've got your boys out in the rain. As you can see, we're also a bit sopping wet. Boys are running some drills in the rain there, eh?
No, definitely. We've experienced a final in Kenya last year. We thought the weather was going to be favorable to us. We went into the changing room, and when we came out, it was drenched.
Is it?
And that's the reason why, come rain, come sunshine, we will train.
Yeah. Got to be prepared for all weather, eh?
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. And Sean, how's the mood looking in camp?
I think the boys are excited. Having 32 players in camp is definitely keeping that competitive vibe. Yes, the youngsters have come in. We've got a huge number of youngsters that have come into the ranks. They're all eager and they're all wanting to get themselves a jersey. And it's giving it a good vibe. And I think, as you can hear in the background, the excitement is spewing out of their ears.
Definitely there, eh?
Yeah.
And tell me, you've been under 20 coach now this is your third year?
Yes, third year.
And have you lost quite a lot of your players? Have you got any left behind from previous years, or they all?
I think the fortunate thing is when we took over as a technical team, we put in a strategy where we had under 19s and under 18s.
Okay, so you've got
within the system, so we have that continuity.
18s going.
So if we lose the guys that graduate out of the age group, we've got a backbone that keeps us through and keeps the ethos of the team, of the franchise, as the new crop comes in.
Which is
so
important.
I think it's worked well for us. Our first year, we had the Zambia series. We had a couple of under 18s in the squad and under 19s. And as the under 20s progressed, the youngsters came and took over. It also helps continuity in this, like the Africa Cup, the Barts tournament. It's an annual event, so we can't keep starting from zero every year. So this year we actually tried something different, where we had two teams participating in the Nedbank Rugby Challenge Cup, playing against the senior clubs and the provincial teams, where we had an academy side and the junior Sables side. So the idea behind that was, we give the younger boys a platform to perform against the senior teams and getting them ready mentally for next year when we start looking at them for selection.
Yeah. And then with that Bath Trophy, like you mentioned, that's starting next weekend?
Yes, we play Tunisia on the 20th of April. That's our first game. This year, the format is slightly different. It used to be a knockout tournament. This year, it's a round-robin tournament. But it's not 8 teams anymore. They've taken the top 4 teams from last year who will fight it out in a round-robin format. So our first game will be against Tunisia, our second game against Namibia, and then our final game will be against Kenya. And the best team with the most points will qualify for the Junior World Trophy in July.
And the Junior World Trophy confirmed that's happening in South?
The Junior World Trophy will be in Scotland.
In Scotland.
Scotland has been awarded the hosting rights for this one. And it's going to be exciting. Scotland is being drawn in Pool A with Japan. I think Japan, because Japan were relegated last year from the championship. They fall into that tier. They've got Hong Kong, who've already qualified in that group. And I think there's one other team, maybe Samoa, that might be in Pool A. Pool B, where the best of Africa from the winner of the Barts Trophy will be put into Pool B. Uruguay are already in Pool B. Netherlands have qualified for Pool B, and the other team to qualify are between USA and Canada. So if we then make that cut, it will be Zimbabwe, USA or Canada, Uruguay and Netherlands. So the teams that we sort of have an idea of are Uruguay, who've beaten us twice, and between Kenya and USA, who we've beaten once each. So the new team for us will be Netherlands, and I think it'll be a good challenge for us. There'll be more. They would fear us more because we've been there, and it's their first attempt at the World Trophy stage. So I think it's exciting. It will be a favorable group for us to get into the top 4 or the top 2, but we've got a challenge to win the Barts in the next few weeks.
Nice, man. Exciting what's happening with the youngsters here, hey?
Definitely exciting. I think this is my opportunity to call out for fans to come out and support the Zimbos. The young Sables playing at home for the first time in the 3 years that we've been in the reigns.
Yes.
We are attempting our three-peat, our third title of the Barts Trophy. It would be nice to have that honor in our home ground.
Yeah. And should Coach D'Souza win it for the third time, which hotel room are you sleeping with that trophy?
I think I've got space. Like I said last year, I had 2 there and I've got space for 1 more.
Yeah, yeah. Your boys got a clash this weekend against Zimbabwe, eh?
Yes, I think we're fortunate the Pete has allowed us another run out. We had this opportunity last year before we went out to the World Trophy. It was a good run out for the boys, getting the physicality. The Zim side also trying to get guys some game time, giving us a bit of experienced opposition.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it helps us mentally, physically, and just also getting us on our toes technically. So we're definitely excited for that fixture, the Junior Sables versus the Zim A side this weekend.
That's going to be a good one this weekend. Zimbabwe, if you guys are in Harare, pull into Belgravia Sports Club 3 o'clock this Saturday, and come and watch Coach D's boys up against Pete's boys. It's going to be an exciting one.
Definitely will be a cracker.
Sean, thank you so much for your time, eh?
Thanks for having me.